Hi everyone, welcome to Emergence 2025 Investment Conference here at Four Seasons Hotel in Sydney. Joining me here today is Martin Tang, co-founder and CFO of Genesis Alternative Ventures. He was also a panelist earlier at the Private Equity Investment Trends. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks for having me, Jade.
Sure. And the first question is, you've been a pioneer in venture debt in Southeast Asia since your days at DBS Venture Growth Partners. How has the venture debt landscape evolved since then, and what trends do you anticipate in 2025?
It's been almost 10 years since I started that business at DBS. In the last 10 years, the ecosystem has gone through a lot of ups and downs. I think what has changed is that a lot of founders, a lot of a lot of VC investors, they now understand the value of venture debt. So it's less of what is venture debt, but how do I include that as part of my capital structure? How do I include that as part of the next fundraise?
Okay, that's a great insight. So Genesis positions itself as the leading venture debt provider in Southeast Asia. So what key factors differentiate venture debt from traditional VC funding, and what should founders consider it as part of their capital stack?
Venture debt is similar to venture equity in so much as we provide capital to the same type of companies, the fast growth tech companies, but it's different in that debt ranks above equity on the capital structure. So we have a different risk appetite and a different return profile.
Cool. Let's talk more about your experience. So with your background in corporate finance and M&A at institutions like Lazard and Standard Chartered, how does this experience inform your approach to venture debt at Genesis?
As an investment banker with Lazard and Standard Chartered, we spend a lot of time analyzing companies, building financial models, doing fundamental analysis, asking a lot of questions, pitching, positioning, understanding the capital markets, understanding M&A. All these are very, very key and crucial skills in providing that advice and insights to our portfolio company. Sometimes our portfolio companies could be in need of raising capital, or even better, some are planning for an IPO or M&A. So I've experienced across the whole value chain. So those kinds of experience are very, very valuable for our portfolio founders, depending on which stage of the journey they are in.
Fantastic. It takes a lot of years of experience and skills to, master this particular sector. How about the current economic climate affecting the appetite for venture debt in Southeast Asia? How is it compared to traditional equity financing?
With the funding winter, we've seen volumes halved in some markets. It's starting to recover. Right now, the appetite for equity investments is much lower than pre-funding winter, pre-COVID, but I think that's not a bad thing. We've seen founders have to work doubly hard to raise the same amount of money. There's a lot of due diligence questions that goes into it. There's a lot of scrutiny on the business plan, but I think it all makes for a good ecosystem in the next 5 to 10 years. It really forces founders as well as investors to think about what is important for them and what is important to have to be building a sustainable and profitable as well as exitable business.
Okay, interesting insights. So lastly, we want to know your experience here at Emergence 2025. How has been your experience so far, and also how was the panel earlier?
I've attended many such conferences, and I'm very thankful to Steve for inviting me to be on the panel. So I came here yesterday, and I must say I was really very, very impressed with what I saw the minute I walked in. The registration was painless, the way the event was laid out, the exhibitions, the demos, and not to mention the great coffee, the great food. So I had a great time, and the panel was exceptional. Lel, the moderator, she's an exceptionally experienced professional in moderating. So we started on time, we ended on time. It was a great time of sharing, and I hope everyone benefited from the panel.
Oh wow, we're glad that you had an awesome experience here
I
at
did, I
Emergence
did.
2025. And thank you so much for joining us for a quick chat.
Thank you, Jay.
Okay. Thank you so much for our viewers, and I look forward to seeing you in my next interviews.